Hi Elaine. Hi Cheryl. How are you all? Hi Mandy. I've got a bit of a chest infection, but not too bad. Thank you, Mandy. Oh, yes, please. Doubt if I went to the right place. Hi, Tanya. How are you, my lovely? The cards. Well, yep. These are the cards. The lovely Luke will be with us shortly.
I won't get you any. Why?
Okay, no problem. No problem, Tanya. That'd be fine. Hi, Cindy White. How are you, my lovely? You all right, Mike? Hi, Nancy. How are you? Long time no see. Hope you're keeping well. Hi, Sarah Jane. Hi, Gemma Ball. The lovely Luke will be here shortly. Hi, Natalia. I've got a chest infection, but it's getting there. I've just been given antibiotics, so hopefully that will clear it. Yeah. We will be starting very soon. Please share the live out. Remember, sharing is caring. Yeah. I think it's a chopping and changing of the weather. You know, 1 minute it's nice, next minute it's raining, next minute, you know. Hi, Michelle. How are you, my lovely? So do I. So do I, Sarah. Yes, we will be starting shortly. Yeah, it is. It is chopping and changing all the time. Hi,
Scotland, not Benidorm.
Hi, Debs. As Luke keeps saying, it's Scotland, not Benidorm. Hi, Julianne. Hi, Ali White. How are you? And this is our dog Chai. that okay? Oh dear. Mm. Yeah. Right, a lovely Ali White is in the house. Hi, Gwendolyn.
Better in the house than in the shed.
Yeah, I'm going to take some tonight.
Right. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Right. Opening card for everybody says, if it is meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. There you go.
Yeah. And I do believe it is a lovely Luke's turn to go first tonight. So I will go and
get out of the way.
Get out the way. Hi, Joe. How are you, buddy? And let Luke bring some loved ones through. Do you want the light on? Because it does seem a bit dark.
Yes, you can put the light on. Right. Right. I shall have. Right. I've got Misty Blue. Okay, Misty Blue. And we shall start with this one and see how we get. So, yeah, that's not exactly any good way to sort of hang around. Oh.
No.
Let us see. Right, now there is the tucking stick. So everybody's in place. Right, here we go. Right, the stick is off. Right. Okay. We have a stop on Carly Lou. Well, that didn't take long to move. Didn't move very far. Right. Okay. Carly Lou. Let me have a look. Okie dokie. Right. Now, the image that I'm being shown in the crystal here has got you on your sofa, nicely parked up, obviously trying to keep nice and warm and avoid the not so nice weather outside. Right. Okay. There is an orb floating around you, Carly, which presents itself just about here. Okay. Now it's a lovely orange color and very vibrant orange, a bit like a blood orange. You know what a blood orange looks like inside when you get to the nice fruit part? Well, it's about that color on the outside of it, so it's very, very nice. Now, we're going into panoramic view here, so let's have a look. Ooh. Right, on your right-hand side, about 4 feet away from you, and this is going slightly diagonal, there is a person in spirit accumulating themselves there, and they are, well, I don't know whether it's a him or a her, to be honest with you, because it's the nice golden yellow type mist. Just looking to see if there's anything else. Oh, there's another orb. But no. Right, okay. Let's see. Do we have somebody for Carly Lou in the queue, please? Okay, yes, please. Thank you. Right, we have someone coming in for you. Right. Okay, I've got a female energy coming in. Okay, a very strong, and I want to say a very strong, vibrant energy for a female. Okay, now as she comes in, there is a little bit of praise for you coming in with her. And she's saying that she is delighted that you have gotten things off your chest and you have given a good account of yourself. And she's saying that you need to be more confident and more bolder. Was that, or braver or bolder? But she's saying bolder. I would say braver. In actually saying how things are, and not to hold back through fear of causing offense or making things worse. There are times in your life where you just need to step out and say it how it is. And she's very, very well, she's praising you quite highly actually for actually being bold and actually saying what needed to be said. But she wants you to get more of a backbone, be more confident about yourself, be more forthright, believe in yourself, believe when you're right, and believe in yourself and your abilities. And Spirit will give you the necessary words that you need to get the message across. As she said, you are far better at it than in the way that you delivered, in opposed to how she would have chose to do it herself. Okay. She is, she describes the relationship between the pair of you, or sort of like the difference between the pair of you on many aspects is much like chalk and cheese. She would have been very, she said, quite forceful, very direct, and very politically incorrect, because that's just how she is. But she is extremely proud of the way that you tackled it. Yeah, okay. She said there will be more opportunities for you to be, for you to express an opinion as time goes by. But for now, well done. And she's very, very adamant that you know that she is very proud of the way you dealt with it, even though it took you rather a long time to get on with it. Sometimes there's no time like the present to say how it is. Now, she's going straight on to something completely different now, and she's talking about your spiritual journey. And okay, she's telling me that there are a number of opportunities will be presenting themselves in the not too distant future where you can step out and take control of the gifts that you have and exercise them for the benefit of spirit and for the benefit of giving yourself a big boost in your own self-confidence. You have everything you need, but you shy away because you get nervous and self-conscious about people judging you. Okay? She wants you to know that unless these people step forward and do it themselves, they have no basis to deliver judgment on you. So if you develop a very strong relationship with your guides and trust them completely, when you step out, they will give you the words that you need. Okay, yeah. She also wants to tell you that there's a big emphasis always placed on people who stand on platform and do demonstrations. But that is not the be all and end all of a light worker. There are those who work in the background, in the quiet, without necessarily the recognition for their talents by others. But it's not the it's not about being recognized by others. It's not about being in the limelight. It's about doing the right thing for spirit and at the same time helping those that are in need at the time. You have a lot to offer. You have a lot to give. And now is the time to step out of the shadows and into the light and take that first bold step. And once you've taken that first bold step, your confidence will increase tremendously. And then you'll be wondering why you ever waited so long. Your time is now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but now. Now's the time to take your coat off, give yourself a quick dust down, grab your tools, and go for it. Do you know, I'm in a little bit of shock because normally you have a go at it, but today you are being so encouraging that I'm in disbelief. But it's great to hear. Okay, she is beginning to pull back now because she's basically said what she wants to say. Okay, I'm getting the crackly picture in my mind, which means she's conjuring something up that she wants to give to you. Oh, okay, well, that's different. She's placed an image of a deck of messages from angels cards in my mind's eye. And she says, there's a tool to help you get started. Wow, there are some beautiful, beautiful images on these cards. Yeah, beautiful images. And I've just been shown a set of hands dealing some of the cards out in a set reading piece. And they are the images, the pictures are absolutely stunning. Okay. So I'm going to leave that pack of cards. Love from your mum and from ourselves, and say, Carly, thank you very much indeed for allowing me to read for you. I am in shock. And I think you are as well. So thank you very much. That was very encouraging, very encouraging. So she's really chuffed with you. So, let's celebrate that. It's not very often, I know. And I'm now going to hand you over. You're very welcome, Carly. I'm now going to hand you over to the lovely Paul. Please be patient with him because he's got quite a nasty chest infection. But he wanted to come on and do some work. So, big round of applause for Paul. Please do send your healing prayers and wishes to him. I think he needs it. So I'll see you in a little while.
Oh dear. So let's see now. Alright, let's have your names up and see who I'm drawn to, please. Hi Lisa Woods. Hi Jane, how are you, my lovely? Hi Christine. Right, Christine Davis, can I come to you, please? Christine Davis. Hi Loretta. Right, Christine, as I'm drawing close to you at the moment, once the dog will let me work. Chai, will you go and lie down, please?
Bed, now.
Go on, go to your bed. Go to your bed, go on. Go on. Sorry about this. Right, as I'm drawing close to you at the moment, I do feel there's a lady around you, and she's coming in with a lot of praise, but also a lot of love for you, because she's saying that you need a really lot of loving and caring at the moment, because there's just been so many things going on around you, and there's been a lot of things that have been upsetting for you as well, and she's just letting me know that she is around you, and you do actually sense her around you. And she's also saying that you've actually been calling on spirit as well quite a lot lately, because you've needed the help from spirit. And she's saying, I've always got time to help you and be around you. Well, she's saying you never give up. You always carry on with everything you do, and you always do it with the love for each and every person. And she's coming in and saying that she is so proud of what you do and how you go about it. This lady does come on a grandmotherly vibration, and she's just wanted to let you know that she is around you, and she will be supporting you until when it's your time, which ain't going to be for a while. When it's your time to join them, she's always going to be there helping you and guiding you. She's saying there have been times where you've actually felt like just giving it all up, because you're just adding up, and people, you're getting used and abused. She's saying, first things first, you do not give it up. Second thing, because you need to let them know that they are not going to beat you, because they're just bullies and they just want to cause you problems. And she's saying, you're bigger and better than that, so you don't need that to be people being saying that about you, because all you do is give out the love of spirit and the love from you as well. she's also bringing a gentleman in, but I don't feel this gentleman is a father or anything. I feel this is a gentleman who is around your age that's actually coming in as well, and he's coming in to be remembered. I don't like asking. Have you got a brother or a cousin of that age, your age range, in spirit, please? Because of he does seem to be coming on a family link, and he's actually coming in with a big cuddle for you because he's saying you need this big cuddle. You need, he said, a big man's cuddle, he's saying. And he was saying, when we were young, we used to always get into trouble and just used to laugh about it. And he's trying to bring memory things back for you. Yeah, but still around your age group. And he's saying that you always made me laugh. And this is what you need now. You need the laughter in your life. You need to be able to go out, enjoy yourself, have some fun, and just be yourself, be openly and honest with everything you do and you get, as she's saying. And he's saying, you've always been the same. When something's in your mind, you don't give up until it's done. And he's actually saying, even on the deathbed, you would say, hold on a minute, I've just got to do this, got to do that first. And then still, and he's saying, this is the sort of thing you'd do. You would just keep doing things until it's done. And he's laughing at that when he was saying about the bed. But he's saying, at the moment, you feel quite weak and lethargic and that. And he's saying, you need to start bubbling yourself back up again. Start living for you again, and don't listen to all these hangers on that try to hang on and try to be something they're not. One thing with you, you haven't changed. What people see in you, they see on the outside as well, and they are always coming in, and what they see is what they get with you. You don't put on any airs and graces. What they, you haven't got like these two faces, like where outside someone will see a completely different person to someone inside. You are just the same. And he's saying, that's what makes me proud of you, because you don't change for anybody, only for yourself. And he's saying, keep it up, and always remember, you can always count on us to give you a laugh and some strength as well. And yeah, and he's giving you like a bat, like a baseball bat or anything. So if anyone gets on your nerves, you can just hit the ball. And he's saying that'd soon shut them up, wouldn't it? But do what needs to be done. There's something you need to be doing that you haven't done for a while, but you need to bring it back out. And he's saying, don't be afraid of using your props as you do go along. But always remember, you are always loved from spirit and family and spirit. And I'm going to leave that love with you and say bless you. Thank you for allowing me to come to you. And now here comes the lovely, amazing Luke to actually bring some more words from spirit. Oh.
Right, okay, we have Little Boy Blue here. So if you'd like a reading with Little Boy Blue, please do put your names up now. And right, the talking stick is at the starting position. So, okay, let's see where we go. Right. Right. We have a stop on Geraldine Owens. Okay, Geraldine. Let's see what we have here. Right, as I'm gazing into the crystal, Geraldine, I've got an image coming up of you chilling out on your sofa, and it looks like there's a cup of, well, it's actually a mug. I keep calling it a cup, but it's a mug. A mug of tea or coffee. It's difficult to say which one it is because both are quite dark. Now, as I'm looking around you, and I'm looking about from chest height, from about here up to about there, I'm looking just to see if there's anything floating around orb-wise, and lo and behold, as I look in the crystal there, I want to say I've got one appearing. It's a large one, so hence why I picked this particular crystal, and it's sort of sitting there. So it's quite close to where your heart chakra is, but it's sitting there, and it's sort of like spinning, if you like, but it's not moving any particular direction. It's sort of sat there. It's a very nice yellow color. I just look to see if I see any other ones. There's nothing else on there. Oh, we're going into panoramic now. So, right. Straight in front of you. So, like, basically just out there. I'm looking about five, maybe 6 feet away from you. There is a person in spirit that is manifesting. Now, at the moment, they are a golden yellow hue, or mist, or haze, or smoke in the shape of a human body. So I can't tell you if it's a him or a her as yet. But I suppose if we go over to the portal where Rolling Thunder is, we might have someone. Have we got anyone for Geraldine? Right, yes, please, if you could. Yeah, send them over. Right, so clearing lines. What have we got? All right, I can feel the energy in that ground. Okay, I want to say, Geraldine, I have the energy of a male coming forward. Now, as this person comes forward, I want to say he comes forward with a lot of unconditional love. I can sense it straight away because all my skin, side of my face, top of my head, down my shoulders, on my neck, down my leg, all on the left-hand side at the moment, because that's exposed to him, are all getting that nice tingly feeling. And it's a bit like, imagine that's the globe in your science room, and you put your hands on it and you get these little electrical currents come up to where your hand is, and the hair on your head all stands up. It's that tingly feeling that you get from putting your hands on that I can feel. It's very comforting. It's very uplifting, actually. And the actual atmosphere in here in the studio room is, getting quite excited. There's a sense of upliftment. There is a very strong sense of peace and quiet. So yes, this gentleman comes in with that energy with him. I also want to say, he's not a particularly old gentleman, so I'm not looking at someone that's like way past the age of retirement. This person feels very much below that age, and I'm looking, I feel like I want to say, 50s, early 60s. That is the feeling I get from him. But I'm very conscious of the fact that some people, when you actually look at them in the face, sometimes they look a lot younger than what they actually are, and the same goes in reverse. I feel very strongly that this person stands by your side, okay? Like the side, each side of you. And the reason I say that is because I don't feel him as being a generation ahead of you, which would make them mum, dad, uncles. I don't feel he's a generation behind. I don't feel he's a child of yours, because I don't feel drawn to go behind you. So the only option I've got left is to the side, and that would either be your life partner, like your husband, or it would be a sibling, okay? So I'm going for the sibling, because when I look him in the eye, I feel that there is a very strong brother-sister relationship going on there, because he looks kind of like you as well, okay? There is that sense of familiarity, about him with you. He comes across as being very, I want to say, very protective over you, in the sense that he likes to watch over you. He likes to keep an eye on what you're doing, but not intrusively, more to make sure you're okay. And he talks about being very supportive of the things that you do. I do sense around you that there is a lot of spiritual energy, and that you are very familiar with the spirit world and how the spirit world operates. And although you don't go up and stand up and do, clairvoyance and that sort of thing, you have a very strong interest and a very strong curiosity in the spiritual realm. And he comes forward almost like he is your guiding spirit. He's always there egging you on and encouraging you to develop more and to delve deeper into the world of spirit, because he's looking at it from the inside, you're looking at from the outside, and he's got all the secrets of the trades, and he likes to pass them on to you so that you have a more and a deeper understanding. You're very familiar with your intuitive higher self, and the way that your higher self, which is your spiritual self, right, interacts with your physical body. And that gives you a lot of clues and insight into people you come in contact with, places you go into, and you can tell straight away, spiritually speaking, whether this is a good place to be or not, whether this is a good person to mix with or not, because you have got that very strong intuitive spiritual ability. He's also one of these people that keeps saying, lend me your ear, and I'll whisper into your ear stuff that you need to know. He's a very present individual in your spiritual dreams. Now, spiritual dreams, just for the benefit of those listening in, is almost like watching a dream, or what, you know, it's a dream, but it's like watching a movie in HD, ultra HD, where the picture and the color is so vibrant, the sound is crystal clear, and it's like it's got a 3D effect where you're falling into the, you know, into the projection. It's like you're there in it. You know, in some of these old shark movies and ultra HD 3D effect, it's like the shark's coming out of the screen ready to swallow you. The dreams are like that. There's so much clarity and realness about them. And this is the sort of dreams that are created by spirit for our benefit. And they can be dreams where we're sitting under trees talking to our loved ones, putting the worlds to rights, having another hug from a loved one, a child meeting up with their parent again after, days or months of separation because they passed over, all these sort of things. And this gentleman is forever present in those dreams, and to the point where you know without a shadow of a doubt that this person is still very much around and very much alive, albeit in a different world or a different dimension, and he comes into yours through the dreams, so that you see him, you hear him, you can interact with him, you can hold his hand, you can swipe him with a frying pan, whatever takes your fancy at the time. Okay? But I have to say, as he keeps saying over and over again, that he adores you. And it's his job as a brother to be looking after his sister. And that's why you feel him around you so much, hear him wandering around the house so much. And in many ways and many times, it's like you've seen him out of the corner of your eye actually wandering around your home. And it's because he basically adores you that he's always there. And he feels it's his duty to look after you. Okay. Right. Thank you. He also wants you to know that there is good fortune coming your way. Now, he's not actually saying what the good fortune is, so I can't turn around and say to Geraldine that, some long lost relative has passed away and left you an absolute fortune. That very rarely happens, to be fair. But there's good fortune coming. I always feel good fortune to me is not, very few times is it ever about financial gain. It's usually like happy times, joyful times, excitement, like a wedding, a big anniversary party that's going to be held. Or I actually go down the travel agents, and there on display is the holiday I've always wanted at a far cheaper price. So that to me is good fortune. Okay, so not saying that's exactly what's going to happen with you, but he's telling me there is good fortune for you that's coming your way. And he's saying before the end of summer. Now, to me, summer, it basically goes on to the end of September. Then once we're in October, I start, in my mind, it's autumn time. So by the end of September, effectively, give or take. I know the clocks go back at different times, sometime in October, and that's officially the end of summer. But in my eyes, October is the end of summer, really. Unless we have what they call an Indian summer, which is not very often. Now, he's telling me he's pulling back now, but he wants to give you something. So let me have a look, see what it is. Yeah, just make it appear in my mind's eye. Okay. He's showing me a stuffed toy. Now, it's a panda bear. It's showing me a panda bear. It's one that you could actually sit on the sofa and basically do that with, and do photo bombs with, right? But it's a panda bear, the black and white panda bears. So he wants to leave you a black and white panda bear, maybe so you can have a, I don't know, stuffed toy tea party, or just cuddle up to it in the chilly nights that we're having at the moment. But I'm going to leave that with you, and all of his love. He's an absolute, genuinely nice bloke, and I can't express enough, Geraldine, just how much this lad adores you. Okay, so I'm going to leave all of his love with you, and that of myself and Paul as well, and say thank you very much for allowing me to read for you tonight. So I'm now going to
the announcements.
now going to do one or two announcements, and then I'll invite Paul back. So it is Paul's intention that this week, those of you that are on TikTok, okay, this week, Thursday, Paul will be doing a wax demonstration. So that will be a paid event, okay? Everybody or anybody that wishes to take part in it, please message Paul so that he's aware of the numbers, because he needs to know how many numbers is, so that he's got sufficient supplies to do you all 2 waxwork pictures and a reading, okay? And that is per person, okay? The paid event, it will be £10. That will cover the cost of the materials needed to do your wax pictures. And for those of you who haven't seen, I'll show you what they look like. Right, that is an example of a wax art picture. From that type of picture, Paul will do you a reading. You get 2 of these pictures that are unique to you, and no 2 are identical. Okay, and it will be that size, medium page size. The only fee you will have to pay on the day is the postage cost, which would be £2. So what we need is the names, so we know the numbers, so we've got the right amount of materials there for you. Normally it would be a 2-hour show, so depending on the numbers, we might extend it to 3 hours, so that everybody that comes in that wants a reading and the wax pictures gets them on the day. They will be posted out to you the next day, so we'll be posting them to you all on Friday. So you should get them probably Monday, Tuesday of the following week. Okay, so that's going to be a paid event on TikTok. £10 to come in and view, and that gets you your wax pictures plus your reading. And then depending on where you live, if it's UK, it's £2 postage fee. If you're in Ireland or the USA or anywhere else like that, it's slightly different for the postage. So if we know in advance where you live, i.e. Ireland, USA, Canada, Australia, wherever, I can find out the cost of the postage in advance and then say to you on the day, okay, you live in Australia, it's going to be equivalent of $4.50, so that may be like, I don't know, 10 Australian dollars.
But they can
or whatever.
pay for it in advance.
You can, if you wish, pay the £10 in advance. That's not a problem. In the bio is the PayPal details so that you can send it, but we need names before Thursday. All right. Other than that, for everybody involved, private readings, as promised, we have started off the ability for people to pay for their private readings a little bit every week until their desired read has been fully paid up, and then we fix a date to do it for you. The bank holidays for Scotland is at the start of August. There will be a 30% discount offer available on that date. And the English bank holiday, which is at the end of August, we will do a 30% discount for everybody at the end of August. You can obviously, if you wish, pay so much a week for that. Outside of the bank holidays, it's the normal regular price. Either half-hour or 1 hour slots are available. So that's the latest. So thank you very much for listening to me rabbiting on. I'll now hand you over to the lovely Paul. And don't forget, send him some healing and some energy, because he's not a well chap. Right, so thank you for listening to me, and I shall now invite the lovely Paul back. And here he is. The lovely Paul.
Right, okay, let's have your names up, please. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Jess. Hi, Marie. Hi, Donna. Oh, sending out love and healing to you, Leslie. Okay, Jojo. Can I come to you, please, Jojo? Right, as I'm drawing close to you, I do feel there is a lady coming in around you, and she's coming in on a motherly, grandmotherly link. And she's coming in with a lot of praise for you at the moment, because she's saying you've been doing a lot of things. Hi, Tanya's mum. Sending lots of love to her. Yeah, and she's coming in with a big cuddle as well for you, because she's saying she's so proud of what you've done as of late. And you've got stronger as well. You're not letting people take advantage of you anymore. Can you understand this, please, Joe? And this lady's also coming in to let you know that, as promised, she will be there all the time at all times. But she just wants to let you know she is so proud of the person that you have become. Have you got a I hate a but oh, I hate it when it does this. Right. Have you got a brother or a cousin in spirit? Because this person seems a lot younger than what like mum, dad, and all that is. And I do feel there is like Right. And they're in spirit. Because he's coming in at the moment and he's saying, you know, it, as much as I love it up here, I miss our times playing around. And he's saying, you've got to carry on the playing around a bit. You've got to start acting a bit young again. He said, because you never really had a childhood growing up, but now it's your time to do what you want to do and need to do, because you need to bring that little kid back again. He's also saying, don't let women rule you. Don't let women try to tell you what to do and what not to do. You've got your own mind. Tell them to mind theirs while you mind your own. And he's laughing at that. So I don't know whether that was a bit of a funny thing that went with yous and that, but he's just laughing at that while he was saying that. He's also saying, it's quite sexist, I think, because he's saying women always try to rule us men. And no, that shouldn't be. Oh, bless her. Thank you, Tanya. Can you understand this so far, Joe? And he is just so laughing, but he is quite sexist around it as well. But he said that's what we was like when we was growing up. We was like that. We don't let people rule us. We rule ourselves. But he's going, no, all jokes aside, he says, you're doing well, mate. Don't allow no one to rule you. Start living for you now. It's your time to shine and be noticed and counted. Because you are the best mate anyone could have. And you look after your friends. You always have done and you always will do. But he's saying, don't worry, when it's your time, they'll be wanting us to come back down here because they'll be getting sick of us. But that's not going to be for a while anyway, so I've got to get all the groundwork all done and everything first before that happens. But just sending you the love from spirit and just telling you to just keep strong. You're stronger than you think. And don't let anyone overrule you or anything, because you know as well as I do, everyone tries, but they're not going to succeed with that. So keep the love and also keep the blessings, because you so deserve having the love. And he's going, I will come back again, and I will come back on more of a serious note next time. But at the moment, he's saying, I just feel you need a bit of a pick-me-up. You need that laughter, because you've been quite down in the dumps and that, and you just don't know what to do or where to go. And he's saying, I've got you. I will always have your back, and I will always be there for you. So just talk to me. I'm only next door. There's no different. So I'm going to leave their love with you and say, bless you. Thank you, Joe, for allowing me to work. And this guy, he is such a lovable rogue, but such a nice guy with it. And I'm going to leave that with you and say, thank you, Joe, for allowing me to bring this gentleman through, because he's someone that could make everyone laugh. Hi, Carly Lou. How are you, my darling? Hi, Kelly. Right, now I'm bringing the lovely Luke back to bring some more messages through. Here he is.
Right. I've got a lovely burnt orange. If you'd like a message with burnt orange, you need to stick your names up. So we have, well, the talking sticks back to the starting point. So what we need to do is just to see where they're going. So here we go. Right. He's off. So where is he going to stop? Okay. Right. We have a stop on Julie Rampton. Julie Rampton. Right. Okay. So, Julie, as I'm gazing into the crystal, there's an image appearing of yourself. And yeah, sat nice and comfortably in your living room. And I want to say that all around you, I'm seeing quite a helping of orbs. Right now, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There might be more, but they keep moving around. So there's 6 for definite anyway. There may be slightly more than that. And there are a variety of different colors, red, orange, pinks, blues, greens, and they're all moving around. And it's like, it's like Spirit have delivered a busload of orbs into your house. Okay. Now, look, we've gone into panoramic view now. So, there is a small dog in there in spirit. I can see the shape of the dog. And it's like sat quite close to where your feet are. And there is a person in spirit there as well. Now, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I'm just seeing the shape of the outline shape. So, yeah, you got quite a house full there. Right, let's see. Have we got somebody for Julie Rampton in the queue, please? Lovely. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, right. We've got someone coming in for you, Julie. Okay. Now. Okay. Right, I can feel this energy coming towards me. Right, thank you. I have got a female in spirit drawing very close to me at the moment. Okay, yeah, sit down. I wanted to say that this lady, I want to be going down the mother's side of the family with this lady. As I look at her, I want to say my impressions and my feelings with her energy and her appearance. I want to say this lady is, to me, would be comfortably in her early 80s. I want to say early 80s. Okay. Now, I don't feel that this was a I don't feel it was a long drawn out affair with this lady, her passing. I feel it was relatively quick in the sense that there was no lingering around for weeks on weeks on end and getting worse and worse and worse, in her physical condition. This was very much a relatively quick affair. Okay. Now, I do want to say that I feel that as she got close, her later years, things started to, really go wrong. It's like in herself, she seemed to age rather quickly. At one point, she was a fit, healthy individual. And then things started to go wrong. And it was like, I want to say, the impression I get is a cloudy head. If you know what I mean by a cloudy head, it's like the mist comes down, and I'm sitting there thinking, where on earth am I? And then the other thing I'm seeing is I'm getting an impression is I'm in a supermarket, I'm there to do my shopping. And I've got my basket or my trolley, and I'm standing there, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing there. Okay? So it's like a fogging or a misting, clouding myself, like I can't remember what on earth am I doing here. But her mind is very much taken up on worry for another individual in the family, which has made her, which is taking up the forefront of her mind. And it's very much like when you're focused on one individual and things that are going, not going well, and you're focusing on that one individual, everything else just seems to get clouded out of focus, out of your mind. And I can sense a lot of concern with this lady, a lot of concern. It's not quite like she's lost someone, but it's more like she's losing someone, okay? And this is over quite a considerable period of time. Each day there's something else. And there's periods where she finds her family member very lucid and very much with it. Nothing's changed. And then there's other days where she can't remember, simple things like whether she had a breakfast or where she put her glasses, things like that. And it got to a point where everybody could see what was happening. And each and every day you were losing another part of her. Okay? So it's very much like that. So there was a lot of concern. This lady had a lot of concern. But she wants you to know very, very deeply and very, very definitively that everybody is perfectly okay now. Okay? Everybody's okay. And that all the worries, all the concerns, all the fears, all the deep set worries that everybody carried with them for quite some time, everything is back to normal. Everybody is gone through a series of time in the healing pool. I mean, all of them came over with a very strong sense of stress, strain, mental and physical exhaustion, and needed time in the healing pool to cleanse them of all the effects of that. And each and every one of them now is back to their normal self. They feel like they're in their 20s, okay? And they want you to, they want you to concentrate on the good memories, okay? Not how it was towards the end, okay? Concentrate on the good memories. And you will find that you will have a glimpse as to how they are again through those memories. I also want to say that she's telling me that, all right, okay. All right, she's just put an image in my mind, and it's like three ladies and a gentleman, and they're dancing, but it's not like what I would be used to. I don't know how old you are, but you remember the old disco dancing that we used to do when we were kids, okay? The early John Travolta movies, Saturday Night Fever and that sort of thing, that type of disco dancing. Well, they're dancing, but it's not quite that. It's like it was before that. And I don't know what you call it, but it was like the early rock and roll era. It's a bit like that, and they're all showing me their moves on the dance floor to the early rock and roll. So this is like, I want to say it's a bit like the dancing you used to see in the 50s movies. Quite lively, quite enjoyable.
Driving.
So, you got the late 50s, the early 60s, when you had this sort of rock and roll style dancing going on. It was all the youngsters that were doing it, like. But I remember, like, what was that John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John movie?
Grease.
Remember how they used to dance on Grease? That type of dancing. That's what I'm looking at. And it's showing three of the ladies and one gentleman, and they're all doing that style of dancing. And it's like they're reliving their 20s, and they are going, they're literally going for it. And they said, this is how we feel. Look at what we can do again. Look at this. And I'm watching that and thinking, now that's impressive. That's impressive. Now, my dad used to often talk about doing that dancing with my mum as well. So, but they're saying that was the time of their lives, and they want you to remember them like that, okay? Because that's how they are now. Wow, you've got a lot of people in spirit, like, because they're showing me a celebration party of a member of your family crossing over, and there's this style of like rock and roll dancing going on, and there are so many people there at it, and this is a family only event, okay? And the room is absolutely mobbed, literally, as people get off the dance floor, others get on and vacate the seats. Their seats are getting tightened straight away. But it's one massive party, and it's because one of your relatives, your loved ones, has crossed over, and they're saying, this is what it's like all the time. Every time somebody else comes to join us, we throw a party and we celebrate them coming home, which sadly for us here in the physical realm, it means we have a time of mourning. And this is what they're talking about, is to remember them as they were in the prime of their life, and we can then celebrate their life with the family in the spirit world, so that we turn our sorrow into joy by celebrating their life and celebrating their homecoming with the rest of the family in the spirit world. And this is what they're trying to say to us. And you know what? That is a nice way of looking at it. Because sometimes we get caught up so much in our sorrow and our mourning that we forget that for them it's a brand new beginning, and it's something that we too could celebrate as we remember the fabulous times. And it's one of the ways it's helped me to remember my father, who was also my very best friend, and it's helped me to get through that difficult period. So, is there anything else? Right, okay. I'm being told that they want to send you flowers. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the image of what it is. Now, I might be a gardener, but I don't know all the names of the flowers. You know, it's me. Oh, that's a lovely pink one, and that's a lovely blue one. I'll buy some of that, and I'll buy some of that, and plant them in the garden. That's about how good a gardener I am. Right, so now it is one of those. Oh wow, it's a massive bouquet. Now I remember this bouquet when I think about Torval and Dean when they won that Olympic medal
in '84,
way back in '84. I remember seeing a clip of it on the television, and Jane Torval, she got her medal, and she got this massive big bouquet of flowers, like, you know, it was about yay big, and she needed two hands, well, two arms to basically hold it together. That is the size of it. Now, the flowers in it, and there are loads of different ones. The flowers in it that I know the names of. Okay, so there's pink roses, white carnations, there's red tulips, there's crocuses, orchids, white lilies, there's some green foliage, and there's a whole host of other flowers that I don't know the names of, but it is massive. And that is from all the family there in the spirit world that have been in this hall celebrating a homecoming. Okay, and they want to send that to you just to say you're very much in their thoughts. They send all the love, and yep, okay, I'll tell that. And that everyone has made it home safely. Okay. I am being shown a dog. It's a small sized dog, a bit like our angel, running around at their feet as well. So there's a dog that's crossed over to spirit as well. Apparently it's been there for quite a while. But they want you to know the dog's there as well. And they wish you well on your spiritual journey. So I'm going to leave all their love with you, those lovely flowers, and they are absolutely stunning. And all our love too. And say thank you, Julie, for allowing me to read for you this evening. So it's now my pleasure to invite back the lovely Paul, and I'll see you again in a little while.
Right, okay. Okay, right. Let's have your names up and see who I'm drawn to. And if you wish to donate, on Facebook. It's the PayPal is going across the screen. On TikTok, if you go to our bio, you can actually donate there. Hi Deb, hi Mish, hi Audrey, hi Kelly. Hi Rach. Right, Elaine English, are you still here? Right, is it okay to work with you, please, Elaine? And thank you all for all the gifts that you've been sending us. We do appreciate them. Right, Elaine, as I'm drawing close to you at the moment, I have got a lady who's actually coming in around you, and she's coming in to bring you a lot of love at the moment because you've been feeling quite lonely and not knowing what to do. She's saying, I know you could have thousands of people around you, but inside you still felt lonely. And it's like there's something missing of your life, she's saying. And she's saying, all you need is love from spirit, love for yourself, and any pets, love from them. And children, if you've got them, obviously, but mainly it is just the love that you need. She says, stop putting yourself down. You've always put yourself down where people can't see anything wrong with you. All they see is a woman that is full of love and treats everyone equal. It doesn't matter who they are or what they are, you treat them all equal. And that is all people care about. Right. There's also a gentleman coming in as well, and he's coming in just to give you a lot of love at the moment. And I don't think this is a father. I feel this is your age sort of gentleman that's coming in. And he's coming in with a big cuddle for you and a lot of love for you. And he's going, no one can see anything because to us, you are perfect. You've always been perfect to us. Yeah. And when you were quite younger, you used to just give, and you had nothing left, but you didn't care because you saw smiles on everyone else's faces. And he's going, so where was your smile then? And you go, well, my smile was seeing them happy. No, you should be keeping your own and not keep giving it. You've always given people their things, but it's now time they started giving back. You can't keep doing it. And this gentleman is actually coming in with a tower of strength for you to start saying no. Yeah, it's the 2 letters that are in the dictionary. And he's saying, we are giving you the strength now to start doing things and start saying no as well, because it's not fair on you doing this. I know I brought someone through before and they have said the self same thing, but I forget after stuff. But you've got to have things for yourself and keep for yourself. But one thing we can give you that others don't really or can't be bothered to, we can give you our love and our cuddles. And yes, you have felt us giving you cuddles. And your support from spirit, we are giving you all of that. And they're saying you need to stand up and be counted and put that smile, a proper smile back on your face where you're being treated for once. This gentleman is a strong gentleman, but he's also kind-hearted as well. And he's laughing. He's saying, when I was down there, I wasn't like that, but I used to always complain. But he's saying that that's either near or there. You need the love, you need the support, and we are here to give you all of that. Yeah, around your age sort of limit. I did say a gentleman around your age limit. I didn't, because I said it definitely weren't a father. But we always watch you. Hi, Claire Rimmer. We always watch you. And yeah, we get sad watching you doing things. But we are coming and we are going to help you get stronger. And the strength that you... Yes, we do. That's what we're doing now, Claire. And the love that we give to you will always be from the heart. And they're saying you've got to swallow your pride and start saying no. As difficult as it is, start saying no. But this guy, he's quite switched on. It's like he knows everything. Hi, Carol, how are you? But we are here to support you. Don't give up on everything that needs to be doing. But always remember, we always love you. And we always will. So I'm going to leave their love with you and say, stay strong, always supported from spirit, and you will see that at what we say, you will know who your friends are. So lots of love from me and Luke, and big hugs from us too to you. And thank you for allowing me to work with you, Elaine. And now I'm going to bring back the lovely, the handsome Luke. It's going to be my last one.
Right. Right. All right, I'm going to bring in one we haven't seen for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, Ramesses. Okay. Ramesses. Right. Okay. And now just a case of, oh, there we go. It's back in play. So we have the talking stick ready to go. So if you would like a message with Ramesses, please do put your names up now. Thank you. Right. So let's see where we go. Okay, and he's off, and let's find out where he goes. And there's a stop on Alison Eriksson. Hopefully I've said your name right. Alison Eriksson. Lovely. Right. Now, let's see what image they put in the crystal. Right. Alison, I have got an image of you on your sofa. And it does appear that you have a refreshment by your side. Now, as I look around, now what I'm looking at here, Alison, is I'm looking from about chest height up to about here, because when there's orbs in the room around you, this is usually where they go, unless they are playing chase me around the room. And I can see there's one on your right hand side just here. It's like it's level with your ear. It's slightly forward from your ear, but it's the same level with your ear. Okay. That's a lovely blue color. And there is another one that is just forward of your face, but about eye level. And that is a lovely orange color. Now, the colors actually don't mean anything as such. It's just to help them stand out so I can see them. Now, oh, we're going into panoramic now. Okay. Now, on your right hand side and diagonally about 4 feet away, okay, there is a person in spirit stood there. Now, I'm being shown the shape of the body with the yellowy golden light. It shimmers a bit like a hue or a mist, Scotch mist even, and it makes the shape of the body. But what it's not telling me is man or woman, male or female. So I need to refer that back to the portal, which, even though we've moved position in the room, the portal's still staying by my front window. Right, so do we have a person in spirit for Alison Eriksson? Oh, there is. Right, okay. Just coming through now. Okay. Yeah, I can see them now. Thank you. Right. We have got someone for you, Alison. Right, so just clear the energies. Right. Thank you. Alison, I have a gentleman with me who's come through the portal. Now, I want to describe this gentleman as being over the age of retirement. So that's 65 and over. Okay. To me, he looks in his top end of his 70s. I want to say that he presents himself wearing a flat cloth cap. Okay, the ones that sit on the top of the head here. And also, I want to say that he's wearing a jacket. Now, this looks like one of these overcoat jackets, right? The nearest thing I can describe this to, and it always makes me laugh when I say it, and I can hear the guys already laughing because I know what I'm going to say. It's like an Al Capone jacket, okay? The one that you can put your violin case inside it with your machine gun, and you can put it over like that and button it up, and it goes down to your knees, okay? That's what it looks like to me. It looks like an Al Capone jacket, okay? Now, okay, showing the hands. Right. He's doing this to me, which is an indication that this is a gentleman that was skilled, unskilled labor type work. So this is a man who worked with his hands, not in an office pushing paper clips. Okay, so this is a guy who grafted for a living. Okay, and I also want to say I'm being drawn down the father side of the family. This is the paternal side, like dad's side of the family with this chap. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, if I take you as generation 1, you've got mum and dad, which is generation 2, grandfather, grandma, and you've got great uncles and great aunties on that same lineage there. I want to be going to that lineage with this gentleman. So that's great grandfather, grandfather, great uncle down that area there with this gentleman. I also want to say that this is a man who had 2 faces. Okay, now that might sound a bit off, but he had 2 faces. There is the public facing face, the one he used to show at work. And that was one of a roughy tufty type individual. You know, the sort of because he was mixing with all the men, and he didn't want to show any weaknesses because that would have been to his disadvantage, you know, ridicule and, you know, mick taking and that sort of thing. Because men of his generation did not show any emotion. Okay, it was type of facade, and that's what he wore at work. However, put him indoors with the family, and you see a completely different side of him. You see a man that is devoted to his family, that loves his kids, loved his missus, and was very much the family man. Now, okay, right, thank you. Now, he's saying that he was brought up to know what is expected of a man. And that is, you do this, you do that, and then you do that. And that was how he was brought up. And that was ingrained into him from an early age. And his way of living his life with his wife and his kids was very much a case of, in his mind, that going out and being the breadwinner was, because of his love for the family here, you know, the family unit, was an act of love, going out for the family. Not a duty, not a chore, but an act of love. And he would go out and he would work in all weathers, whether he was fit as a fiddle or dying a death of an illness. His policy and his way of life was very much a case of, if I can get on my feet, I go to work. And that's basically what he did. Things like social security, sick pay, and all of that sort of thing were very much in their infancy. Okay, so he was working for people that would, if you're not there, I ain't paying you to be sick. So if you're not there to work, you don't get paid. And he had a sense of a duty to make sure that all the bills were paid, shirts on the back of the children, shoes on their feet, bread on the table. And that's how he lived his life. I also want to say that I do feel that there is an issue with this gentleman, chest-wise, okay? Because he's making me feel somewhat breathless here. So I don't know whether there was a heart problem or a lung problem towards the end of his time, but certainly there's a tightness there that does at times make me feel like I'm not getting the full, inflation. So when I go, deep breath. I don't feel like I've got a deep breath in there. So I very strongly believe that this gentleman had some form of medication that he would have taken related to this. It is something that I believe had been there for a long time, and it just, as he got older, it gradually got more of an issue. Okay? Now, yeah, okay. Right, thank you. Now, this gentleman draws very close to you because he has a great sense of love, and he comes in with a lot of it. And, you know, I can feel the massive change in the atmosphere here. Okay. He's got a love for the family, and he has a wealth, and I mean a wealth of experience and a wealth of resilience and how he got through many, many difficult times as well as lots of good times. And he's talking about how he was resilient in and thrifty in maintaining a level of, oh yeah, I'm telling that. No, he's saying I was never a rich man, but I was never absolutely brassic. And what he's talking about is how to make ends meet and save for the bad times at the same time. He says, I've got so many things to share: how to be thrifty, how to be resilient, how to be prepared. Okay. He's very aware of the fact that we are in what is often referred to as a cost of living crisis, where everything is going up, 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 up. And he says, I want to share with you my skills of being thrifty, my skills of being resilient around the shopping, the bills, and show you tricks that I learned the hard way to my advantage. And I want to share that with you and the family. Okay. Thank you. Now, he is starting to draw back, but he's also, at the same time, he's putting an image in my mind's eye. Okay. Oh, that's the first I've seen one of them. What is it? All right. He's showing me an image in my mind's eye of a baker's hamper. Okay. A baker's hamper, as in the old-fashioned bakers. Okay. And it is a wicker basket, and it's got all this nice fancy lining in it. And there's all different types of, I called them farmhouse breads, you know, the circular breads, croissants, all that sort of really nice stuff. And the smell is gorgeous because it's like they've just come out of the oven. And he's calling it a baker's hamper. So it's like all the different types of breads that you would need to get you through a couple of days. And there's the big farmhouse loaves that you'd slice yourself. There's the ones with seeds in them. There's like bread cakes and croissants and all that sort of lovely stuff there. And he wants to leave that with you. And okay, no problem. Thank you. No, thank you. So I'm going to leave his love with you, Alison, and say thank you very much for allowing me to read for you. A very charming gentleman. It's the first time I've seen a baker's hamper. I wouldn't have known what to call that if you hadn't have said. Absolutely. Yeah, Tonk will sort you out. So I'll leave that with you and say thank you very much. Right.
You've got enough ones in there.
Right. I've got time for one more. We're at the 1:45, so I've got 15 minutes. So I've got time for one more. Alison, you're very, very welcome. Okay, I've got time for a very quick one. So if you want to put your names up now, I'll see if I can fit you in. Right, so names up. If you want a read, it will be a very quick one though. Angel, since you were the first one up, I'll come to you. Right. Okay. Right. Angel, I've been shown an image of you sat on your sofa, but it's like you're in the middle of the sofa. I'm aware that there is a hot drink next to you because I can see the steam rising out of a mug, although I can't see in it whether it's tea or coffee. It's a bit early for hot chocolate, I think, so I'll rule the hot chocolate out. Now, as I'll right next to you, I can straight away, without having to look or even go in panoramic, I can say, sat right next to you, there is a person in spirit. So let's see if we always coffee. Right, got you. Well, I couldn't see over the lip into it to say what it was. Now, okay. Right, Angel, I've got a gentleman that is presenting himself. Okay. Now, I want to say this gentleman, height-wise, I'm going to say is about 5'7", I think. I mean, I'm being a little bit generous, but I'm saying round about 5'7". He is... he looks to me to be... I'm going to say early 60s, to be honest with you, because he doesn't look much older than that. Okay, he looks to me to be in early 60s. Mind you, that's subjective. That's just looking at him. He looks about that. He may well be slightly older. He may be slightly younger. But I'm going to go with early 60s just by the way he looks. Now, as he presents himself now, compared to my build, now I appreciate I'm very, very skinny, and so is Paul now. I would put him to be medium build. You know, it's all in proportion upwards and downwards. And he's, you know, he's well spoken. I can understand what he's saying. Some, you know, some accents I'd struggle with, but certainly this particular English accent with this gentleman, I can follow most of what he's saying. Although sometimes it sounds a bit like he's mumbling. Now, as he comes in, straight away, I want to say that I do feel an issue in the chest. Okay? I do feel an issue in the chest. There's something not right in there. My impression with this is it's been there a while and it's just not been looked after and it's gradually gotten worse. Okay? And to me, I feel as though this condition in the chest was connected to his passing. Okay? I can't say whether it's heart or lung or a combination of both, but it's there. Okay, you can't miss it. It's there. I do feel that this would have resulted in some form of medication towards the end, but I feel very strongly that the damage was already done, and that unfortunately the outcome was more or less already decided, and it was just a case of, you know, keeping him going for as long as, you know, was feasible. I want to say that the gentleman does present himself with two faces. One is a very roughy, tufty, hard man. Okay. Okay. And then at home, he's got a different personality. I'm going to say by no means was this gentleman an angel. Okay. He had quite a few faults. He wasn't necessarily the very best example of a father figure, but as he quite rightly says, there isn't a guidebook, and you do have to learn on the job. And I did make a fair number of mistakes, which I can only genuinely apologize for. Having looked back over my life, I can see where there was things I said that that really didn't help the situation. There was actions I took that were overbearing, and there was things that I said that were very hurtful. And I can only apologize for that. There being no guidebook is not an excuse that I can use for being, well, a tyrant, really. And I was a bit of a tyrant. So I can only apologize for that. I want you to know that there was a lot of things that went on in the background that really were is actually struggling to find the right words here, so bear with me. That were what? That were unjust. That should never have happened. That were, in many respects, forced on us as a family. And we allowed outside influences to rule our family. And it should never, ever have happened. In those days, that's the way it was. That's how our country was run. It wasn't the government that ran our country. It was that, I can't say that much, sorry. It was the clerics. Okay? And we had to basically do what they said. Although in the end, enough was enough. But by that point, a lot of the damage was already done and couldn't be undone. There was decisions that were made that were taken out of our hands, and we just had to accept it. But it's no excuse. Okay? I've had plenty of time to reflect on this, and I know I was no angel, and I should have said something. I should have put my foot down, but like a lot of families at that time, they were scared, and we didn't have the power to say no. But I want you to know this. I support what you are trying to do. I just don't want you to be hurt, because there's no trail. There's no papers. There was no legality recorded. But I support you in what you're trying to do, because it's the right thing. I just don't want you to end up being hurt, because you've no idea what these people are like. They won't have any memory of you or us, so there may not be the happy ending that you hope for, but at least you'll know the truth. I never had much. Never had much money, never had much of anything. But there is something I can give you. And I hope that it helps. Okay. He's given me a horseshoe. Right? A horseshoe. And it's like on a plaque that you can hang up on the wall, you know, with the horseshoe going like that. Okay, that's what he's shown me in my mind's eye. So that's what he wants you to have. Bring you luck. Yeah, he's drawn back now, Angel. Yeah, he's drawn back. So I'm going to leave his horseshoe with you and say thank you very much for allowing me to read for you. Please do take his love and that of ourselves, and the very best of fortune in your quest. You're welcome, Angel. You're welcome. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the lovely Paul back. We've ran out of time, so thank you very much to everybody that joined us this evening. Thank you, Carly, for doing the...
Carly.
Yes. Thank you very much for helping out with the moderation. And on TikTok, a big thank you very much to Michelle for doing moderation there. Both of you have done a fantastic job, and we are very, very grateful indeed. We have a closing card, which the lovely Paul is shuffling like a Mississippi card dealer. Here we go. Right, here we go. It says, it's time to hit the reset button. Clear out the old so that room is available for the new to enter. Trust that better things are coming fast. Prepare to move to the next phase of your life. This is your rebirth. Welcome this beautiful brand new energy. You've got this. Okay. So I dedicate that to everybody here.
Tomorrow we are on A Message from Heaven.
Yes, so God willing, you can join us then. We start at 8. Please don't be late.
And TikTok is just normal TikTok on here that we are tomorrow. Wednesday we're back on here doing our own platform. And then Thursday, if I've got the numbers, then we will be doing the Encaustic wax art on TikTok. So please, that's why we need to know for certain who wants it and who doesn't.
Yeah, so please message us with yes, please, to let us know that you want to take part. And if the numbers are sufficient, the event will go ahead.
Otherwise, be Friday where I do the lighting of the candle.
Yeah, so we look forward to you joining us all this week. Until then, please do look after yourselves and each other. And remember to spread that love out and be good. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Good night, everybody. Bye.